Hi guys, welcome back. Hopefully you'll have watched our preview video for the Autumn Internationals. Now this is our England video, okay? We're in a bit of a rush. I haven't even had time to change my shirt to an England shirt, but whatever. England's on there somewhere.
Never mind.
So you wanted to go in for team straight away for Argentina.
Yeah, so what I thought we'd do is we'd select who we would prefer to start that Argentina game, and then we'll try and come up with who we think Eddie Jones is going to go with. I can't see we're going to be too dissimilar, so it'd be interesting to see whether there's any kind of big controversies that crop up.
Go on then, you roll through it.
So I've gone Mako Vunipola, Jamie George, Ellis Genge.
Okay. Fine. Isn't Genge a loose head though?
He is, but he has played tight head before.
Okay.
So I wanted to try and get him in there, just because I think Dan Cole is getting over the hill, and in 2 years' time as a prop forwards, it's a long time. So I want to try and find somebody.
Okay.
I think Ellis Genge needs to be in there.
Wouldn't argue with that. I think Genge definitely needs to play. In fact, what I've done is I've rested Mako for this game and put Genge in. George and Hartley, I think he will play Hartley as the captain, and I think George could probably do with the rest a bit more. Yeah. So I'd be going Genge, Hartley, Cole.
Cool. So second row, I've gone to Toje and Joe Launchbury.
Yep.
For me, both probably the two in form second rows.
Definitely.
Have been for a while.
I agree with that completely, although I've done a similar thing and I've rested a Toje for this game and put a Zekwe in instead of a Toje.
Cool. Back row, I've gone with Rob Shaw, Sam Underhill and Sam Simmons at 8.
Oh, okay, so you've gone for two experiments there.
Yeah, I think I've gone for who's in form at the moment. So I've gone Sam Simmons, can't stop scoring. He's small for a number 8, I'll give you. But he's dynamic, he's quick, he's powerful, he's strong. I think he's someone that is really a really exciting prospect for.
I'd love to see him on the bench at least, definitely. I think it's interesting, at best 7, I'd put a question mark, because who is our best 7 now without Haskell?
For me, that's where Underhill fits.
Well, it's Underhill, but he's only played, one game for England?
Yeah, he has.
So that's why, definitely he should play, I think, for sure.
Yeah.
I'll put Hughes at 8 for a bit of continuity as well. But yeah, I'd see your point.
Yeah, I've gone 9, could be either Danny Care or Ben Youngs, and whoever we don't start will be on the bench. I think you look at how Ben Youngs is playing for Leicester, and he's been amazing. And equally, Danny Care for Harlequins has just been on another level this year. But I would go probably Youngs forward, as they're playing together week in, week out at the moment.
Okay, yeah, the rest of the back line?
Forward at 10, I've gone Owen Farrell at 12, Henry Slade at 13.
Okay.
And then I've gone Johnny May one wing, Rocco on the other wing.
Of course you have.
And Anthony Watson at fullback.
Okay, yeah, I knew Rocco would be in there.
I was toying with Jonathan Joseph on the wing, but actually I thought, have him on the bench, he covers more positions, he's a bit more versatile coming off the bench.
Yeah, I think I would go for my full strength back line actually. I think I've rested 3 of the forwards there.
Yeah.
I'm not sure any of the backs particularly need a rest.
No.
So I've gone Youngs, Ford, Farrell, Joseph, May, Watson, Brown, as I see our strongest lineup at the moment.
Yeah, no, I give you that.
Anyway, so it's a little bit different because it's not a winner takes all game, so it's kind of what you're trying to achieve from it. But post below what team you'd put out and why, definitely. So go on, any other comments about England?
I think it's really exciting that they've obviously identified talented youngsters to come into this squad. You look at Smith. You look at Zach Mercer coming in as apprentice players. 2 years' time, they'll be in the squad for the World Cup.
I love that idea, by the way. Get them in as apprentices and just let it be known that they're not there to play; they're there to experience. Yeah,
and I think that's great. I mean, hopefully that's something that permeates through the other kind of countries and take that on board. Because I think blooding those youngsters at such a young age is it's amazing.
Well, it's interesting. Whilst you're talking about Smith, let's mention him. I think England have got their style of play set pretty much now. Yeah. It's a 2 playmaker system. Ford and Farrell are the guys, the first choice.
Yeah.
But who's going to replace Ford? I know a lot of people saying Farrell's in form. He's a very good 10. But I don't see him. He's so different to Ford. For me, it would change the way they play.
Yeah, completely.
And I see Marcus Smith as the heir apparent for Ford, really, more than Lazowski and Francis, to be honest.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, completely. I think they play a lot more structured game when Owen Farrell's at 10, which I don't necessarily think fits the backline that they select with
It would
him.
be fine, but it would change the dynamic of the backline completely for me.
Yeah, massively.
Now at 12, this is interesting to see what you'd think. Again, Farrell's first choice 12.
Yeah.
For me, the most obvious replacement isn't again Lazowski and Francis, who are both good, but I think the guy who's actually got some serious creative X factor is Slade.
Yeah, but Henry Slade's one of those. If he hadn't had that leg injury, he would be in that starting team without a shadow of a doubt.
But I'm saying I'd have him at 12, not 13.
I think arguably you could play him at either, couldn't you? Really? But he is the natural person to fit in at 12.
I think so.
Yeah, massively.
So. And a lot of people have been saying Jonathan Joseph is under pressure. You know, he's not the first choice. For me, he definitely is. I think he's absolutely got it. I think he looked good on the Lions tour. Yeah. Yes, you know, he's faded a bit in and out of form, but I think he is that strike danger runner you need at 13.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you were looking at, you could argue that Henry Slade could cover that forward option at 10. Yeah. For the more running style.
You can certainly cover it.
If you feel Smith is too inexperienced to get in there now.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, that's my thoughts there. Back row, so we've got lots of different combinations here. It's another big area England need to sort out this year.
Yeah, exactly.
What are your thoughts?
I think it's a tricky one. There's no obvious 7.
No.
Other than Sam Underhill and Curry. But again, both young, both inexperienced, but both very exuberant and will stick their heads in places where not many would.
And we've got to see both of them at 7, I think.
Yeah, massively.
This year, we've got to see both.
Yeah, massively.
Even if it means losing a few games, potentially.
Yeah.
I think so.
I would have had Mercer in the squad. Not as an apprentice, but as a potential option to select. I think he's got it. Whatever it is. Well, I think he's got it.
What I've put down is what's great about these 4, Underhill, Curry, Simmons, Mercer, is they're all different, very different.
Yeah.
Underhill, your tackling machine. I know these players have other strings, but these are their standouts. Unbelievable beast in the tackle. Curry, a real all-rounder athlete.
Yeah.
Simmons, just fast twitch, sidestep, speed. Nothing really like him around. And Mercer's your skill guy.
Yeah.
You know, your flair guy, your creativity, slips out of tackles, offloads, passes. You know, so it's kind of take your pick what style you want and then which of those actually steps up. Yeah,
exactly. And it's actually quite nice to have that. If you do switch for a foul at 10, game plan, if Ford gets injured, you can bring on Simmons at 8 to give you that creative spark which you might lack with Farrell being at 10.
I mean, certainly Simmons is an ideal bench player.
Yeah, he is.
If we're to use that term, he covers all the positions and he's got some serious dynamic impact. Yeah, for sure.
But I'm pleased to see that they're rewarding form players this year for these autumn internationals. It's great to see so many of these England guys in form and getting selected.
Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Comment below which of those 4 you think has the most potential and who they're going to go for. The last thing in back row, I think we will see a 3-lock system coming in for England now. Because, I mean, Toje Cruz, Laws, Launchbury and Ezekwe, you've got loads of quality locks, and I do think you may be seeing a Laws or an Atoje in the 6 shirt.
Yeah.
Maybe not doing the full 6 role, but certainly in the 6 shirt. With someone at 7.
Yeah, no, I agree. No, it's good thinking.
And the last thing I like to say on England is I like the fact now that Leicester have really stepped up their game. Now that Youngs and Ford are together, for me you've got teams now like Leicester and Saracens playing the way that England pretty much want to play.
Yeah.
And in New Zealand you can tell the teams how you want them to play. And we don't have that, so we have to rely on a bit of good fortune really.
Yeah, exactly.
And the fast-paced game with strong set piece and a couple of good playmakers is what Saracens and Leicester have and where a lot of the England players from. So I think the transfer to international is really good. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, and that kind of permeates across a lot of clubs. Harlequins are doing it, Bath are doing it, Newcastle are doing it up there, and it seems to be a step up in a lot more attacking games this year in the Premiership, which is partly due to the weather, surfaces, and it's kind of wanting to play. Entertainment, isn't it?
Okay, so before we go out, I believe you've got a nasty stinker question for me that I haven't seen. Hit me. What is it?
It was, do you think this joint training session will catch on?
Oh, right. I like it. A lot of people don't. I like it a lot. As long as it's controlled, it creates so much edge, doesn't it? I mean, yes, you can have live scrummages and live lineouts, but against you know, an enemy, if you like, against rivals, I think it's brilliant.
Will it cause confusion, do you think?
What do you mean?
So the forwards are training together, doing live scrummaging, they're doing live line-outs. By the time it comes around to the Six Nations, will you have to adapt a set of calls for the Wales training session and then change the calls for when you play them in the Six Nations?
Possibly. That is a valid point. It's a valid point. Although what I would say is, say you're a player and you know you are training your backline against Wales backline that week. That's cool. That's exciting. You're going to be on your game. Yeah. It's going to be quality.
Yeah.
That's what I think anyway.
I'd like to see it as an open session myself. I think I'd like them to have, well, because you and I went to a training session that England did last year. Yeah. I'd love to see that as an open session.
Oh, that would just be unreal. Yeah.
Get free tickets, go and watch it. I think it'd be amazing. Get the buzz going around for rugby.
Because it's the first time they've done it, I doubt they'll do that because they don't quite know how it's going to go.
Well, no. But I love the concept.
Cool. Right, please comment below on anything we've talked about in that video, and the next time we see you, hopefully we'll have a real life rugby game or two to actually review. Yeah. Good stuff. Until then, we'll see you later.